What else we got? What else we got? What else is important?
This is kind of random, but it just happened. Kanye put out a tweet that appears to say that he's working on a joint project with Dr. Dre.
He's been semi-announced.
Yeah, but I feel like all those things are like, oh, we heard they're working together. It must be an album, and then we never hear anything ever again.
Right.
But he did a very Kanye thing where you can't really understand. It's a picture of a red cup with juice on a rug that says, "I'm sorry, Dr. Dre," and he spelt it out, literally, Dr. Dre. I spilt these 3 drops of orange juice mixed with while we're finishing our first project. West Day Ever is the hashtag.
In more Kanye news, before we expound on this topic Rory brought up, Kanye, let me hit the round of applause because Kanye did a deal with Adidas, a 10-year deal. It's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's lucrative. I understand what is happening there. Congratulations to Kanye West. Amazing way to continue to build upon an empire that's already dominant in this culture.
Yeah. You said Adidas. You talking about the Gap?
Yeah.
You said Adidas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which he already had.
Yeah, I meant Gap. I meant 10-year deal with Gap, Yeezy, Gap, some of those fucking funny-looking sweatshirts and all that bullshit that the white people like, that the whites like. Good for them.
I think everyone likes the Yeezy line.
Everyone doesn't.
I think you could find anyone from any race that would like the Yeezy collection, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Of course, not everyone likes it, but
Got
not
it.
just the whites.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone likes the
Got
Yeezy
it.
collection.
Got it. Started with the whites.
Started with the whites.
I'm talking shit. So we have more. So we have. It's super big deal. Super big deal. And Gap needs that. Gap needs a redo. Enough of the little kids with book bags running around.
He made a whole song about getting fired from the Gap for stealing clothes or something like that, and now has a
spaceships.
I didn't even think about that part. I used to work at the Gap.
Spaceships, yeah.
That's
the
super
video
hard.
that never came out that ended up like leaking.
I never saw it.
There's a spaceships video. It's super undone. Like shit isn't even rendered. It's all fucked up. But it's him working in the Gap. GLC and Consequence are in the break room. It's a really good video on the low.
They never put that out because it was for the dweebs. You see, Rory know all about it. And at the end, Consequence. Shut up.
Oh, you still bitter?
No, bitter about what?
You're a
still
dweeb.
bitter.
I'm one.
That's some dweeb shit.
I'm one.
You can't be bitter and win. But this conversation here, more Kanye announcements.
Such thing as a sore winner.
That's true. It does exist.
It's okay though. Get your shit off. You keep trying to come at me today. I'm minding my business over here.
Like
I'm literally been minding my business this whole podcast.
You said you was here to pod. I got to test you. This announcement from Kanye about the Dre and Kanye collaboration, I don't have very much information about it, but I do have a question to present to you gentlemen. Who gets final say on that project, if it exists? Final say meaning they're both producers. They're both some of the best producers we've ever had here. Who gets the stems to make the final calls on arrangement and how things should sound?
I would say Dre, but I don't believe in like a monopoly in making music. You know what I'm saying? Like if it, like when we were working together, you, me, and Amani were all executive producers. It's still your project. You get the final say in what happens. Like just because other people are working with you as producers, engineers, whatever it may be, they don't get the final say. You can say turn up the snare, or you can say let's put a guitar here or whatever.
Especially when when you're a producer like Kanye.
Yeah,
it's not like you some new kid that's just working on a project.
Music is not a dictatorship. However,
it's treated like that.
I would trust Dr. Dre with my stems. Every time. You know what I mean? He's one of the best engineers and producers in music history.
It's a safe. You can leave that in his hands.
Here's safe. At the plate,
here's why I choose Kanye. Kanye should take those stems and have the final say to some degree. Of course, collaborative process.
Right.
Kanye should, because it'll come out.
That's a good point. I mean,
you say it will come out?
Yes, it'll actually come out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dr. Dre, it takes 15 years for anything to even kind of come out for Dr. Dre.
That's valid.
At least with Kanye, if I give you this, there will be a decision and this music will be heard.
Agreed.
That's very valid.
I agree with that.
Very valid.
I would say, again, I don't see why Kanye would be mad at Dr. Dre mixing his album.
That sounds like the perfect scenario.
I mean, is he going to have input for
stems?
Sure.
Doesn't necessarily just mean that you're going to master or mix it. You can change things.
Am I in the Matrix?
No, talk.
I'm not, right?
Explain
Okay.
yourself.
I just want to make sure.
Go ahead.
Who cares about what y'all are saying right now? I'm adding everything that y'all know to exist in artists, especially artists of this magnitude, both of them. So we're adding ego.
Right.
I'm trying to see that conversation play out. You three gentlemen are giving me both sides of the gentleman's argument, which it's Dre and Kanye, so we both get. Yeah. I'm trying to get from y'all that in that conversation of Kanye West saying to Dr. Dre, hey,
it's not how you painted the question.
Send me the stems. All right, well, then let me fix it for you.
Yeah.
It's like you asked who would do it, and I said Kanye because it would come out. I answered your question directly. Now, reword your question. We can go where you want to go.
Awesome. If the two gentlemen that we're speaking about, the two gentlemen that I asked you about, were to have a conversation, the conversation I asked you about who gets final say in the stems, how does that conversation go in real life? Not the side of the argument that both of the gentlemen have. If Kanye says to Dre, hey, we worked on 12 joints.
I'm Dr. Dre?
Yeah. So you Dre. I don't want to be Kanye in this argument, but let's do it. Yeah. You be Dre. Okay. I'll be Kanye. Yo, the shit we worked on 12 joints, those shit was crazy.
Right.
Yo, you got my email? Can you send them to me?
For what?
That's the conversation I want.
We're doing from hypothetical situation from what we know from the Twitter.
Hypothetical, of course. We know nothing about this.
If you want to do a joint project with me, yes, send me the stems.
Yeah,
we're doing a joint project together.
It's a joint project.
Fuck out of here.
And I'm Kanye. Like, it's not like.
Another important question would be, do they have any type of paperwork?
Let's leave all that out. Let's just talk about producers.
I don't know.
That's an important thing.
No, of course it is. I'm saying let's just say producers.
If I'm Dre and I do all this stuff, and then Kanye says, "Hey, send me the stems," and we don't have any type of written formal agreement whatsoever, and you can just take the stems and put them out and do whatever you want with them. No, I would have an issue with
something tells me when Kanye goes in to create, he doesn't have paperwork on the side of the table.
I'm sure.
Something tells me that both of their names work against that. Like, you're not playing that game with Dre.
I don't think Kanye
no one's putting out Dre shit without.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Kanye would just release music.
If Kanye comes to me as Dre and says, "Hey, we just worked on some shit. Can you send me the stems over?" and I'm Dre, I'm never sending you a stem. I'm just letting Maul and Rory know that as Dre, I'm not. Not only am I offended by what you're saying,
we shouldn't do a joint
I'm
project
never
together.
sending you anything. Yeah, we shouldn't. But we worked on some shit, and I have carte blanche here because I'm Dre.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, and that's Kanye.
Kanye hasn't done what Dre's done.
And Dre hasn't done what Kanye has done.
That's not true.
That's very true.
That's a fact.
What are you talking about? We're not talking about some just fly-by-the-night artist here. This is Kanye West.
No doubt.
It's not Dre.
But it's not Dre. Dre has been putting out, as a producer, engineer, and record executive and rapper since 1987, top fucking critical and selling music.
I don't even think Kanye would have this argument.
Wait, hold on. I don't even understand the argument y'all are bringing up. We in 2020 now. Kanye West can very well ask anyone on earth for the stems of what's going on right now.
Kanye West is not Dr. Dre in 2020. That's my opinion. I'm not arguing.
You're comparing accolades of that. Of course, Dr. Dre will probably beat any producer, period, if you're going to go accolade for accolade. We're talking about the current state of music now. Yes, Kanye West should have the stems for a joint project with anyone on earth.
I'm not talking. See, no. And that's where I think that's where our distinction comes in at. For me, I'm never leaving I'm the most accomplished producer on earth argument.
I'm also not
I'm not going into the, hey, it's 2020, it's now, joint project, yo, you know some shit that's fly today. Like, I'm not getting to that. I am the most accomplished producer in the world.
You also keep using the word joint.
I'm not leaving
it's a joint project.
I'm not leaving the most important part out, is the question for what? What do you need to do? Because I will accommodate you.
That's a safe question. I'm not mad at that.
What do you need stems for?
Yeah.
Like, you want to add some stuff?
That's part of a joint project.
I can give you,
But the stems should be there. I just need to know what you want to do with them.
That's not true. That's not true. We could do a joint project and you can have nothing to do with the stems.
It's not in this case because it's not a rapper and a producer strictly doing an album together.
I could argue that. When's the last time Kanye rapped or produced?
Let's first of all,
how about that part? No, answer it. Answer it.
When is the last time? When is the last time Dre did?
People said that about Dre too, so don't even go there.
When was the last time Dre?
Let's give a spade a spade.
You won't let me respond.
When did Dre do it?
You won't let me respond.
I see where we going. Like, I understand. Listen, I love Dre like everybody else. I grew up on his music, but we got to stop acting like Dr. Dre is this figure that nobody, like, he's the Wizard of Oz. Like, you can't even get to him.
But he is.
He is.
In 2020.
Yes.
If I'm in the room, it's a reason he's in that room with Kanye West.
There's a reason.
Let's be clear.
There's a reason.
It's a reason Kanye is in that room first and foremost.
There's a reason he has the stems.
No, we just making up a argument.
There's
We don't know if he has the stems.
Yeah, we don't know shit.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is this. Let's keep it clear. There's a reason he has a cup of orange juice on Dr. Dre's carpet.
No doubt.
He's Kanye West. We're not going to just act like he's some dude that can't ask Dr. Dre for some stems to some music they both worked on.
But he
together.
can ask for what?
He can.
He's doing a joint project. Of course he can.
I hear you,
But
Mark.
I'm just saying, y'all acting like nobody can ask Dr. Dre anything.
That is exactly how I'm acting.
Like, no,
that is exactly the way I'm acting.
We're not doing
Sorry, I know that you have
can't do
accomplished a lot, Kanye. Boy, those sneakers are hot.
I know.
I am Dr. Dre, nigga, and you are a little no-name Chicago nigga to me
Ooh,
still.
No,
Kanye.
no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's not doing that.
And that's not how
We're
Drake
acting
feels
like
either.
Kanye is some no-name Chicago nigga to Dr.
There's no way Dre
We're
feels
not
that.
doing that.
Okay.
It's a reason.
Well, I said
it's a
that. Don't
reason
say Dre
Kanye
didn't say
I
that.
know that. I'm just saying. I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
It's a
thank you.
reason Kanye is in that room first and foremost.
Facts.
First and foremost.
Facts.
So we can't act
Kanye
like.
is one of the most brilliant producers and artists.
All right,
of
so
our
then let's start talking
entire
like he
lives.
is. Then let's just start talking
Of
like he
course.
is. That's
And
what I'm
let's-
saying.
But wait. Let me
To that
reply.
point,
Let me
you saying
reply
Dre
to
is
that.
this amazing shit?
Let me
Of course he's
reply.
doing that.
Let me reply to what Maul is saying, because what you're saying is not countering what I'm saying. Facts on what you just said about Kanye West, one of the greatest producers in the world. Let's take this off of Kanye. Mine and Park's argument is not a slight to Kanye. We're saying that Dre is Dre.
Solidified.
What that means to us is, if you put any producer in there, put Pharrell, put Quincy, put whoever the fuck you want to put there. I'm not saying put Quincy, but I'm saying
I was about to
Slow
say.
down.
But what
now
I'm
you
saying,
now you
just
get
throw
what-
Quincy's name
my
around like that.
point is, Dre, I am certain, feels like, hey, all of these niggas are my kids. I'm certain of that.
And not only, this is the other thing too, in a collaborative standpoint.
Then don't
is-
collaborate with me.
No, that's not true.
Hov felt like Kanye was his kid and he collaborated. Don't do that, Roy.
And who did he
Don't
let
do that.
control the whole project?
At a time, yeah.
Kanye West. That Watch the Throne album, he
but
let
the question-
Kanye cook the whole time.
The important question still is, what are you going to do with him? Because why can't we do it here at my studio? Why can't
Fine,
we do
I
it
agree,
together?
I agree with that. Okay, that's
we have
cool.
all the money
Drake,
and
The way y'all
access
said
that we
why,
need
like
in the entire world.
No, but the way y'all presented the
Because
why
when someone
was like,
says,
why?
"I want all
I'm
the
Dr.
stems,"
Dre,
it feels it can sometimes. As someone who deals with stems a lot, when someone asks for the stems, it can feel shady sometimes. Like,
okay,
what are you
and
about to do?
That's fine, but the original why that y'all presented made it sound like Kanye shouldn't even be talking to Dr. Dre like that.
Even though
And that's the problem
we're
I
asked
had.
to do a
The
collaborative
better,
project
do that.
together.
my question to you gentlemen, the better, and this is for you guys personally, not our opinions of this shit we don't know about. The better album comes about by who having the final say on the stems.
Dr. Dre.
I don't know. Where we had the Chronic,
All right, forget it. Never mind. Never mind.
Chronic, and
Never
some
mind.
Eminem projects.
Here's why I don't know,
okay.
because
Never
but
mind.
Kanye
the last
Kanye
two
has classic
Kanye
albums.
albums
too.
weren't good.
Yeah, but Kanye has classic albums. too.
Absolutely.
He has classic music.
Absolutely.
Well, the Jesus is King one, I like the production, but the Ye album was horrible. Pablo was good. I liked the Compton album.
You liked it a lot. We
Of course.
liked it a lot.
The Compton album is
Boy,
phenomenal.
and we wasn't supposed to like it a lot.
The Compton.
It was supposed
Yeah,
to.
these are still two
we was
legendary
waiting for
dudes. Like,
Detox, and
I'm
Compton
not-
sufficed.
That's a fact.
That's it.
But I kind of back to my original point of this shit will actually come out if Kanye gets the stems. Like, we'll get it. It won't just sit in Dre, and we know how Dre works. Dre works on something for years and years and years and years, and he'll probably fall out of love with it by the time it's ready to go out.
But
Yeah,
also-
send me the fucking stems so I can finish this
No,
record.
but it also depends because you can't say that all the time because Kendrick came out 50. A lot of things came out. The things that Dre were waiting on, the horror stories, quote unquote, are from people that were usually kind of up and coming artists that maybe never what was his name, King T, and the other dude that was all over the Chronic. I can't remember his name. Pardon me for forgetting. I'm blanking. But
and Joel, like it's a bunch of
there's
those.
yeah, like
a bunch of those
people that were coming up. Like
yeah,
you didn't
but
quite
all of
get there
those,
for it.
a lot of those projects, of course, were overseen by Dre, and that's a Dre executive production with TDE and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, a lot of that is pushed with that internal camp and that artist wanting to put that out.
Sure.
Had it been Dre's decision, I'm sure it would be sitting there forever.
You know,
I'm just saying, let's
my-
not
you know
act
my-
like Kanye can't.
No, my final
Question
No,
Dr.
my
Dre.
final argument here is Tiana got away from Kanye having the stems, and it worked out for her. There are people that when they get away from whatever creative genius he has, it still works out for them.
Yeah.
And if there's one person that I would bet on in that equation, I would think Dre it would work out for no matter what Kanye has to say. And I don't think that applies the other way around. I don't think if I give Kanye full control that 100% no matter what happens, this works out.
I think Kanye has. I think that's different. I think Kanye has a different respect and passion with working with Dr. Dre as opposed to Tiana. Tiana's still kind of like a new artist, a new act.
Because the part that these Kanye
legendary,
niggas never
solidified.
talk about is Kanye is in the apparel business.
Facts.
He's in the music business too, though.
I know.
But he's an apparel guy now.
Yeah,
That's a fact. I mean, that's not even
Dre
an
is
opinion.
an
That's a
apparel
fact.
guy as well.
Like y'all are talking about
Dre is a tech guy.
Kanye and Dre. You can't. That's
Is Dre not in the electronic business?
That's not fact based. That's not fact based. Steve Jobs is dead. Jimmy Iovine is no longer with Apple. That Beats deal. I won't say what I know about it, but no, that's not fact based. We don't know that they're in business at all.
Oh well, they did the biggest business.
They sold
the biggest business in.
They sold some shit and they got their shit off.
Yeah.
As they should.
All right. So what was the last big major deal that Dre did to make money?
When I think about Dre musically, I go back to Compton, like you just said.
I'm saying the most money because Kanye is clearly in the apparel business, and to your point, you're probably right. I've never seen Dre pump beats like that anymore as well. But the last big chunk of change that Dre made in the billions. What was the last deal we saw?
The only chunk of change that he made in the billions was the headphones.
It's his last deal.
And to be clear, that
He
was
in the tech
him
business.
selling his business. So, and I don't know what
Which
his
was a tech-
involvement was
which was a
beyond
tech
that.
business.
But that was a sale of the business.
Okay, for me,
not
and I'll
like
say this in closing. I don't know if we've dragged this out too long. You're right. I see the point that you're making. Kanye's in apparel. Drake, for all
Isn't
purposes,
sound
could
and
be
tech.
in sound and tech. That guy pushed somebody through in '89, in '92, in '99, in '03, and in '09. So my trust level with that person's focus being somewhere else and still being a top tier executive is the same. I cannot say that same thing for Kanye. I can say his apparel business is the best around, and Adidas
Kanye's in the
fails without him.
Kanye's in the influencer business.
Who has he created?
Dre just also had, like, coming back to the basic point, it stems. Dre has the best sounding music, possibly.
Period.
I think in the history of
Like
music.
Kanye
Like,
takes
as far as
his
mixing
stems
music,
to Timbaland and all these other niggas.
I'm not sure that
Listen,
anybody's
I-
ever had better music mixes than.
I don't want us to get too geeky, so let's close.
And super quickly, which
Go ahead,
before
rock
I
out,
answer,
rock out.
Stems doesn't necessarily mean Kanye wants to mix this. He could want to change things in the song, which I think Kanye West has every last right, no matter who
Of
the
course.
producer
See,
is,
wait,
to change a record, no
Wait.
matter who you talking to.
And your point that you just made, Rory, is why I don't think you should have made the prior argument at all. Because for me, it's a fact. Dr. Dre should have final say on the stems. It may be a better argument that Kanye West has final say on the songs. Because I agree with you there, what you just said. Final say on the stems is not final say on the product.
That was never
True.
your original question, though, Joe. So that's why I made that argument. Your question was, can Dr. Dre
The
or can
stems.
Kanye ask for the stems to a collaborative project with Dr. Dre and Kanye West? Yes, Kanye West has every right and has every accolade to ask Dr. Dre to let me mess with this record.
You can ask for it.
I'm not saying he's gonna get it.
You can ask for it, goddamn.
I'm not saying he's
Dre
gonna
has
get
every
it.
right to
That
say
ain't,
for what.
yeah, sorry. You're,
Oh, no,
you're
I
never
agree.
seeing.
I agree.
Hey, your stems are with the detox stems.
Y'all was making it sound like he shouldn't even question.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
that's the only
like-
problem I had.
That's how I feel.
No,
How
come
dare
on, they can't
Kanye
feel
West
like that
during
to
a
Kanye, yeah.
collab project
They both
ask
live
to
in
mess with
LA,
some
though.
stems?
Yeah, but you can't.
But, I mean,
you
some
can't
people,
feel like
you know,
that
you wanna
towards
go
Kanye,
home.
though. Kanye can ask Dr. Dre for the
You
stems.
can ask him whatever you want.
Absolutely, that's all I'm saying.
All right, what else we got?
And with
I
two
love
people
our
that
little
work with
hip-hop-
so many
a
artists.
little hip hop nerdy
That was
conversation.
nice.